Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, my name is Dennis Kibet Charamu, and I'm going to take you through parts of a computer. I do hope you understand what a computer is. Can one of you tell me what is a computer? Anyone who can tell? What is a computer? Says time, please. Okay, a computer is an electronic device that is used to store information and process data to information. Now, my objectives that I expect you to learn by the end of this topic is by the end of the topic, you should be able to explain in detail components of a computer. What makes up a computer? Number two, you will also tell us some of the parts or the components of a motherboard. The motherboard is where all the system devices that the computer uses are seated or are attached. The last one, you should also, by the end of this topic, you will tell us where computers are applied in real life situation. Now, can we start by learning parts of a computer? I hope you have written all the objectives.
Yes.
Computer is made up of simply three parts. The first part is the input part. The second part is the storage, and the final part is what is the last one?
Output.
The output. Thank you. Output. Those are the main parts of a computer. The input, the output, the storage, where information are stored, and the output. Under input, we have keyboard. Under input, we have keyboard and mouse. Under input, we have keyboard and mouse. Under storage, we have RAM. We have hard disk. We have memory chips. And many more. We have even SSR, SSD, HD. And the output. These are the devices which are going to output what the computer has processed. While in the storage is where we are going to store the information that the computer has processed. While the input, keyboard and the mouse are responsible for inputting or feeding the computer with raw data. Raw data, I mean, what is the meaning of raw data? Yes?
Processed data. Processed information.
Unprocessed, actually it is unprocessed facts, which has not undergone any processing. Here at the output we have monitor. We have monitor for display, which gives us the soft information and a soft copy. The next one we have a printer. Printer will give us hard copy. For example, when you want to print your exams, we will give you hard copies under the paper like this one. Now, this one is a hard copy. It is an output of a computer information. Computer data which has been processed to information. What was our second objective? These are the simple parts of a computer. What follows is the second objectives. components of a computer. When we talk about components of a computer, we simply mean what makes up the whole system of a computer. We have system components. System components. What else do we have? Storage. We may, at times, when we talk about components of a computer, it might seem like we are talking about parts of a computer. But it is what makes up a computer. It is, we normally, there is a term that we normally use. System components. We have application components. Application components. And then we have, okay, let us not call components, but let us call system software. And then application softwares. We have, under the system softwares, we have something we call operating system. We have operating system. You can appreciate it as, can abbreviate as OS. When we talk about system softwares, we mean these are the softwares that controls the computer. Operating system, for example, it is like a human being who, as a human being, you have your brain and then you have your blood. So we are going to equate operating system as blood, whereby without blood, there is no human being, right? Can you work without blood? No. The same way, computer cannot work without operating system. So the operating system is part of the components of a computer, and it helps computer in doing its main functions. What was our last number 3 objective? Application of computers. In a very fast, applications of computers. Where do we use computers? Where do we use computers? Where do we use computers? To store data. Where are we using now? That's computers to store data. In hospitals, yes. We use computers in hospitals. Schools. Industries. Where else? Industries, for example, companies. And even in banks. Yeah? It is rarely, you can't go to a bank and miss at least 2 computers or 3 or even more. They are there. There are so many applications of computers. We can get it even in military. They are using computers everywhere in this world. You see? Computers. I have come to the end of my session of today's lesson. That is parts of a computer and its functionality as well as application of computers in the real life situation. I would like us in two to tell us if they have used a computer in their lives or in two. Where did you use your computer? At school. At high school? Good. Amekwambia aje?
Tumia kwa smartphone yako.
Alitumia smartphone yake. Yes, actually a smartphone is a computer. It's a portable computer. Anasema ametumia hapa KSTV. Fanya nini Google, ndio? Thank you for having time with me. And thank you for listening to me.